Blizzard just held a 2-hour-long developer update and released some last-minute information about the expansion in Season 6. Here's the TLDR of the developer update as it relates to anything not covered in the last video. The game will actually launch at the same time for everyone worldwide, so North America players can play on October 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So first of all, I called it. Penitent, the mode that was previously open only from levels 51 to 60, will now be available from level 1. It will be extremely challenging, as you can see on screen here, and I could see some good content coming out of this. Overall, the difficulties of the Torment tiers have been slightly increased, and now Torment 4 is truly tough sledding and is something you should work for once you're in the endgame. Scrolls of Restoration, the scrolls that will reset a tempering brick, have been added to additional places in the game like random drop chances, Infernal Hordes, and even a couple in the season journey track. As far as classes, they've made a bunch of adjustments. Barbarians have gotten some buffs and should be back on par with the other classes. Druids got some buffs, notably to companions and some claw builds. Necro minions are back this season as the minions are going to be viable again, and it sounds like Blizzard is committed to having this always be a thing. Sorks got Lightning Spear nerfed, but it was so good before it could still be a top build, and I think Sorcerers will be fine. Rogues should also still be in a very good spot, although Victimize was nerfed, and that is kind of sad. The seasonal mechanic will be a huge boss that spawns very frequently around the world. He'll spawn monsters, you follow and kill them, and eventually kill him. He will open a portal to the Realm of Hatred, where there's just a bunch more monsters to kill and loot to be had. They made a few updates to the ancestral gear drop rates to smooth out the progression as you go through Torment difficulties. Rewards overall are getting a huge buff. Basically, all of the random monsters and things like that will give you more loot and XP than before. The strongest runes were nerfed and the weakest were either removed or buffed, overall giving more viable options instead of like just you must pick this Runeword combo. A bunch of legendaries and unique items got another pass and made some adjustments to solidify a few more build options. Paragon glyphs were slightly nerfed to make that part of your progression not quite as crucial. It is still a very big part, but more of an equal part to everything else, like your skills, your gear, the mercenaries, runes, etc. Paragon boards also got some updates to make some of the normal or blue choices more powerful. Stuff like potion healing was changed to plus max life, or damage over time reduction change to damage reduction, and overall buffs to make filler nodes a little bit more meaningful and a less damage on Tuesdays. They finally confirmed adjustments on Infernal Hordes, where getting to go in there is more rare and you'll need to find a drop to open it up. And they did change the loot around a little bit and made greater chests of equipment cost 200, but will give a guaranteed ancestral legendary. And remember, these are always greater affix items, which are more rare and definitely sought after. The materials chest will also consume all your remaining ether, like the gold one did before. Bosses will also drop a guaranteed Infernal Horde unique item along with some other loot, and the difficulty is based on the Torment level instead of having their own tier system. Blizz also made some adjustments to spark requirements for Mythic uniques and gave additional options for crafting those through the rune system. So it should be a little easier to obtain at least one, either randomly with just 2 sparks, or 2 sparks plus some specific runes to target craft the Mythic unique you're looking for. And speaking of runes, they are guaranteed to be dropped from boss encounters, whisper caches, world bosses, and first time strongholds. That's pretty nice. The pit now has 150 levels instead of the previous PTR's 100. Masterworking materials come from more places within the Nightmare dungeons. Tons and tons of micro adjustments and bug fixes, and much more. So that's the gist. The developer update was 2 hours long, so I tried to give you the TLDR as best as I could and hit the high notes. If you like the no BS, straight to the point type of videos, please consider a like and subscribe. I will be putting out more videos like this in the future.